So first of all, have you seen the film yet? Have you seen the
I
finished
saw it
product?
last night.
You saw it for the first time?
Yeah, first time.
And thoughts? I know you can't give details, but were you...
Meh. No, it was, I couldn't even, it felt like I'd been run over by a truck, you know, it accessed so many different emotions and my childhood into anticipation and nervousness and fear and hope and it was a very weird thing to see, but it's unlike anything I've ever seen before.
And Oscar, when was the first moment that you were on set and you were like, man, this is Star Wars?
Well, the first real moment it happened, you know that black and white picture they have now with all of us sitting around about to read the first read-through of the thing. I think when I heard Anthony Daniels speak as C-3PO for the first time, and he was right there, it just, you know, because it's the same voice, and he's been with that character. Because I asked him, I said, what is it like for you to suddenly be back into the whole thing? And he said, I never left. I do this every year. I go and I dress up as C-3PO and I go to these conventions. So it's like he just owns that character totally.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that and obviously what we do know, I know everything's very secretive, but you're a quote good guy. You're with the Force as opposed to the dark side. So growing up, did you have a particular?
Well, I got to correct you there. The Force consists of the light side and the dark side.
You're right. You're right.
So,
I'm glad you did. You're absolutely right. I know that you're right. Because Darth Vader, that's why.
Exactly.
Force,
so you can access the Force, and then you have to choose
use it
which side, light or dark.
Yes.
That's the thing that I think separates Star Wars from all these other films that are great. You know, but you know, superhero movies and all these. Star Wars has a specific kind of spiritual aspect. It does. In some ways, it's almost it talks more about balance than like one true thing. It talks about, you know, there has to be a balance. Good and darkness and evil exist, and it's about the balance of those two things.
Right.
And I think
how
that's
easily you could be swayed.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why there's something that's particularly special about this one.
What was your favorite of the original installments, and did you have a favorite character?
Yeah, my favorite. I know that it's not objectively the best film as a piece of cinema, but for very personal reasons, because it's the first movie I ever saw in the theater. Return of the Jedi for me is always going to hold a very special place because, you know, I remember being, I must have been 4 years old.
Yeah.
And that moment when the helmet comes off of Darth Vader and you see that he's just a sad sack underneath, he's just a vulnerable old fat guy.
Yeah.
That was a very intense moment. So that's mine. And I love Ewoks.
Poe Dameron, how would you pronounce your character?
Yeah, Poe Dameron.
Poe Dameron, so he's an X-Wing pilot.
Yes.
We know that much, and that's about as much as you can divulge?
Well, I can say that he is the Resistance best pilot. He believes in the Force. He is committed to the Resistance and fighting the First Order. He is a bit reckless sometimes with wanting to prove that he is a hero. He has a bit of a problem with authority. But he's the guy that you want in the trenches with you.
Nice, that's a fun character. And you also get to work with little scene stealer in BB-8, right?
Yeah, that droid is amazing. I think that's the thing to remember with Star Wars. With each new movie, there's also always an advance in technology, you know? There's always something new, and just the construction of that BB-8, it's amazing, the way that they put that together.
Yeah, and we were seeing it out here, which was crazy. I'm curious how he climbs and all that. I have to watch the movie.
Yeah.
And besides this, man, really quick, I know you're working on X-Men Apocalypse.
Yes.
And playing Apocalypse, that's cool. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that was a wild one. I mean, you know, it's a massive cast. The scale of it is just huge.
Yeah.
And I really I messed up the X-Men pretty bad.